Hey y'all, it's Alexis with Lexx Talk About It, and we have a very special guest today. He is a Grammy Award winning artist and producer, and y'all have heard his taglines on your favorite songs, okay? What's up, Dub?
What's going on?
Glad you're here, man.
I'm glad to be here.
Look, we're gonna hop right into it, all right?
Let's do it.
So I want you to talk to me about how did you get into the career of music?
Well, for me, it started off at the age of 2, playing drums in the church. Growing up, just having a passion for just the sound of music. Around 11 or 12, I saw Bow Wow. And I was like, yo, for real, for real.
Everybody loved Bow Wow at that age.
He was dope. And I was like, you know, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do something like what he was doing. My parents didn't let me listen to no hardcore stuff. So when I saw him, I was like, okay, this is acceptable. So that's when I really started off rapping and all of that, going around the neighborhood rapping with certain people. But yeah, at the age of 2.
So you said you were playing in the church. What instruments were you playing?
Oh, really just the drums. I dabbled a little bit in like the piano and all of that, but my main focus, still to this day, is the drums. Yeah.
So can you talk to me about your upbringing? You grew up in Florida, right? And how was your atmosphere and your environment?
Man, I grew up really like in the hood, right? Grew up in the hood, and everybody knows anything about any hood is a lot of talent, is a lot of people who want to make it out. So I grew up around my cousins, you know what I'm saying? The Lewis family and those guys were like definitely the people like of like influence in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like they really showed love to me. They took me under my wing. That's why I got my family like real close to me. Like if you ever see me, you gonna see somebody from my family with me. So
how did you get from Florida to Tennessee?
Got into some trouble.
What you do?
You know, the typical stuff that, you know, a kid, you know, do, you know what I'm saying?
So you went to Tennessee to go to college, is that right?
Yeah, I most definitely. I went to Tennessee State University, Tennessee State University.
The real TSU.
The real TSU, you know what I'm saying? And that's what, to me, other than my dad and my family members, that's what made me a real man. You know what I'm saying? Being on your own, going out, just figuring things out for yourself.
And you were in the band at TSU, right?
Yeah, man, I am an aristocrat. I play snare drum, and that was a life-changing experience for me from the moment I got in until still to this day, actually. I'm still embedded in the band some way, somehow.
Of course you were in the band, but you went to college to study history.
Yeah, I was a history major. I was supposed to be a teacher, but somewhere along that line, when I was in college, I was, you know, blessed to be in a marching band, but I did other things. I got kicked out of the band, so I started.
What?
Yeah, I got kicked out of the band, but I started working with the radio station. I was hosting all the pet rallies.
Okay.
I was DJing. I was doing certain things, and at that time, me and Kodak had a record out, and it was crazy. And I would like go to class and hear people playing, and it was dope. And that was like my transition. So yeah.
So now that you done talked about Kodak, did y'all already know each other because y'all both are from Florida? How did y'all meet?
Yeah, so I met him way before college. That was around the time where my brother, shout out to J-Lock, he had a brain tumor. So he had to have brain surgery and cut open his skull and all of that. And one day I was in Florida, he was like, bring me to work with this guy named Kodak. I was like, I don't really know, bro.
Cause he didn't go by Kodak Black at first, right?
J Black.
Okay, yeah.
He was J Black. And my brother was like, send some records to him. So I sent some records to him, and the rest was history. Yeah.
So how was that moment for you? How you said you was going back and forth between college and going to meet up with Kodak?
So the thing with that is, before I even did anything with Kodak, I was already on 106 and Park.
Okay.
I was in a group. The group was called Pangea Kids, and we trended #2 in the world, right? On Twitter. Behind Oprah.
Stop.
And Oprah is a TSU alum.
Come on, we
That's
know that.
Crazy.
We know that.
So that's wild. But yeah, we trended #2, and we did the BET College Tour. And one of the stops at the BET College Tour was Tennessee State University. And crazy.
That's crazy because I want to go into you producing a album for TSU. Like,
yeah.
That's like a 180, like a 360 moment for you. Would you agree? And if so, can you talk to me about the process of how you got into getting into producing the urban hymnal?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. Anybody that went to any college, it's almost like a dream to come back and to give in a big way, monumental way. So for me, when I went in to do this project, I got a call from Professor Jenkins, shout out to Prof, and he was like, yo, I got this idea. I think you'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? So let's come in. So that was the same week as the Miami alumni convention that they had.
Right, yeah.
So we went down there. It was myself, Dallas Austin, Sir the Baptist, Prof Jenkins, and Dr. McDonald. We were all on the stage. And we were, just talking about what we wanted to do and how this music will impact the culture, not only on campus, but the world.
Right.
So nobody understood. So we left the interview and all of that, the panel. We went to Sir the Baptist room. He played a record. I started going on it, like right then and there.
Really?
And from there, that was in May. We ended up working until September. So you got May, June, July, August, September. 5 months.
To produce a whole
To do
album.
the whole, but prior to that, we had to do 350 band students. We had to fight with the summer. Some students wasn't there, so we had to fight with making sure that they were intact, make sure they were in place. A lot of those drum parts I played. Essence Fest, we did Essence Fest in the summertime in June. And it was definitely a challenge because nobody has done that before on the caliber to what we did, but we had people like Dallas Austin who made drumline. So he said, look, set up the microphones this way, do this, do that. And then of course, the genius of Sir the Baptist, he had different features already from, Jacqueline Carr and Fred Hammond and all the others.
Yeah, everybody.
You know what I'm saying? So we were blessed to get those from him. We came up with something dope.
Man, and when I say, I thought that was like a step out of comfort for you just because, you do hip hop. Yeah. Like you got beats with Kodak, NBA Youngboy. How was it for you to transition into like a new genre to produce gospel music?
The difference about that is just that it's just different genres, but music is all the same. You got the same amount of notes, you got the same feeling, right? It's just how do you interpret the music?
Okay.
So for me, I just went back to where I grew up and where I started. Where I started was in gospel. But producing the project, I was more of an artist on there.
Yeah.
I had a lot of verses on there. I executively produced, and I gave my expertise when it was needed. But the band students did majority of the work.
And it was so
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to take credit for that project, nor should Sir or Prof Jenkins. The credit should go to the band students.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because they put their foot in their project and went crazy.
Man, and when I say I genuinely was like, wow, I had chills listening to it when y'all was like getting it down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, you were there, a lot of it. You were doing a lot of write-ups, so you were there for the whole process, so I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, no problem. And speaking of that, I do want to talk about like your reaction when y'all were nominated for a Grammy. Like you made a video, you screamed like, oh my God, like how was that for you? And then on the category, it was Best Roots Gospel, right? And it was 5 different categories and TSU was the last one. Like I know, how was that?
Listen, so when they were announcing, I knew for a fact, I was like, it's over with. It's not gonna happen. And right when I was getting ready to turn it off, I heard it. And I was like, yo, but every emotion that I feel any musician should experience was that one right there and there, right? So like I cried. See, I cut that part.
Look, we ain't see you crying. Why you cut it out?
And I literally broke down and cried because this is the Super Bowl. Like you get a nomination for the Grammys, that's letting you know that you're going to the Super Bowl.
That's a real deal.
There's a lot of people in the industry who's never even gotten nominated.
And y'all produced that.
And we did it, you know what I'm saying?
Less than 6 months.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a task and a journey, but when you got people who have like-minded goals and they really believe in the vision like you, it's easy for it.
Yeah. And I want to go back to, you know how you was talking about, like, it's not really about the genre. It came from your environment.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about, just piggybacking off of, like, Kodak and NBA Youngboy, like, at what moment of your career was like, this is serious?
When I first heard somebody driving, when I was going to class and they were just driving out the front, I've heard my music in Florida. Well, that's where I'm from. Of course they're gonna play that. You know, everybody got local artists. But for me, it was like, okay, here we are 2 states away and I'm hearing my music. And then shout out to DJ Cash and DJ Chill. They would play my music Courtyard Wednesday. Right, they'll just play it like Dub in the building play.
Man.
And I'm like, okay, I think we getting somewhere.
We getting for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was like the real turning point for me.
And I also want to talk to you about when you first started collaborating while you were in Florida. Now I heard you was making beats for free. And I also heard that you donated some plasma to get to a flight to meet up with Kodak. What's the tea with that?
Yeah, man. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, you gotta do what you gotta do. People always see the shine, but they don't know the grind. So of course, like, as a college student, we all know it. I feel like it's a lot of people that's listening to this interview, that's in this room right now, understand the struggles of being a college student.
Yeah.
You don't have money, you know what I'm saying? You barely can eat, especially when you off campus.
Man.
So I had to figure it out. I was like, man, I got these opportunities. How am I gonna make some money? Yeah, for sure. They called me and they were like, come. I was like, bet.
Man.
I skipped out on class. I didn't go to band practice at that time.
As you shouldn't have.
And I went down and maybe that's why I got kicked out of the band, because I was trying to chase my dreams. But you know, it is what it is. Look where I'm at now. And I came back to the band and you know, y'all saw the result.
And can you talk to me about just like the creative process? Because I think one time we did talk about how you really don't even listen to other people's music. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't listen to music at all. And the reason I don't is because I don't want to be influenced by what's out now. Because one thing, once you're a creator and you listening to what's out right now, you'll be stuck with creating the same thing that's out. And for me as a creator, I want to be as authentic and original as possible. So I listen to some old music though.
I was just about to say, like, so if you're not really listening to the current music, like, what gets your creative juices going? Like, what inspires you then?
My day-to-day stuff. Like if I'm having a conversation with a female or something, like something in that conversation will spark a song, or if it's hot outside or something, you know what I'm saying? Something throughout the day, and I go in the studio and be like, yo, this was crazy today. Like, let me talk about this.
So some real authentic things for real.
Yeah, most definitely.
I get you. And now, do you think it's hard to keep up with that just because of how fast-paced the music industry is now? Like, people are hopping on songs like, oh, this trending right now, let me do it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, a lot of times people make songs because of that, but those are the people that's like overnight success.
Yeah, right.
But then you can see somebody like a Kendrick, a J. Cole, they'll drop every 2-3 years and they'll still sell 500,000.
But it's more like a quality over quantity type of thing. Yeah.
Well, you just answered it.
I do that all the time.
You just answered it. You know?
So can you talk to me about like what do you think sets you apart from other producers and other artists?
Well, on the production side, I'm not a loop player. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people get nowadays. They call themselves producers, but they're just beat makers, or
so they just beat makers.
For real, like when you produce, you going in there and you making a product from scratch, right? As you can see with the TSU project. A beat maker will go in and have some loops. You know what I'm saying? They'll go on splice.com and they'll I call them puzzle builders. Think about it. You got something that's the same tempo, the same key, and you just put it together, and if it sounds good, run with it. And now you just got something. Now you just, it was like Legos. It's like, I don't like that. Oh, put this in. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day with the Quincy Joneses and the Dr. Dre, they had nothing. They had to build from their mind. So we going in there and we using live instruments.
Literally, yeah. I'm glad you made that, how to differentiate that too, because y'all put in long hours.
Yeah, facts. So that's the difference. As an artist, my voice, I just feel like when I'm talking about my voice, my tone, my delivery, like I got a real message. It ain't just shoot 'em up, bang, bang stuff.
Shoot 'em up, bang.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
And speaking of that, like, what do you think from your perspective? What's like your favorite song you've made or favorite person you worked with?
Okay, well, my favorite song is the most recent one that I recorded. Like, I record a song and listen to it 1,000 times, and then 2 days later, I'll be like, yeah, that song whack now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm over it now.
It'd be like that.
My favorite person that I work with, I don't know.
Like a favorite artist or like another producer?
Well, my favorite artist of all time, rap-wise, would be Lil Wayne. I did something with him a couple times, actually.
Wait, don't bypass over that. What you do with Lil Wayne?
I did a couple things with him, like 3 or 4 songs. They out. Yeah.
Okay, we gonna.
Shout out to Weezy, man.
Okay.
Like, he really, Bow Wow was the reason I started rapping. Wayne is the reason that I'm still going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he did some monumental stuff. And ain't nobody doing it like that, ever. You know what I'm saying? So he's just amazing.
So do you have any people in mind that you want to work with in the future or work with again?
Yeah, Quincy Jones. You know what I'm saying? I want to work with Quincy. I know this sounds crazy, but I want to do something with Michael Jackson. And the reason I say that, I know he's dead. A lot of people don't realize, I got over 1,000 songs. So if I got over 1,000 songs unreleased, how many songs he got? I saw Drake did a song with Michael Jackson when he died.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he got something just laying around. Somebody got
crazy.
It. So yeah, I'll take them vocals, put something around it, and make a record. My ultimate favorite artist is Kanye West. He's my ultimate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Wayne is my favorite rapper, but just artistry and just a musician, I would say Kanye.
I see some similarities with that too because of how he started off as a producer and then he transitioned into being an artist. Like, do you have a favorite side or you just kind of...
Yeah, artistry for sure. That's what I started off with. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with performing, having people listen to my voice, my lyrics. Production came about because I didn't have means to getting beats. So I said, if I can't get beats, I'm just learn how to make them myself.
Right.
So I can rap on them myself. But I've been blessed to have people like them. So I'm not tripping on, working with other artists either.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of your voice, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like your voice changed like a few years ago.
It did. Yeah, so
why what happened?
So this is crazy. She knows she doing
Look, come on.
Yeah, so 2020 COVID happened. And if anybody had COVID, something happens to you. Like, I was coughing like crazy, so my voice got real hoarse. Is that it?
Yeah, I guess.
Whatever.
You lost your voice.
I lost my voice.
It never came back.
And I was recording, right? We stuck in the house. So I went to Guitar Center, brought all the music equipment and recording these songs. And then somebody was like, bro, your voice sound, and I did 2 mixtapes in one night. And dude was like, bro, your voice sound crazy. So now, I guess I've been recording so long, when I get excited, like you'll hear, like if you ask me something crazy, like my voice will get deep. And like, I don't know why it does that now, but when I record, it just gets deep and like, it works for me now.
That's crazy. You prefer this voice though, do you?
I don't care what it is.
Okay.
I just want my music out.
Right, I just need y'all to listen and tap in.
A lot of people say, yo, your voice is so amazing. So I'm like, I appreciate it.
It is nice. Nice little, because I thought about that because of your old music. And I was like, I know it wasn't like no puberty thing because you was already grown. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, I wonder what really happened with your voice. So that's good to know. Can you talk to me about, is there any particular track that you're proud of specifically? Like, I know we know how sometimes people are like, oh, I'm proud of everything I've done, but is there anything that's sticking out to you that inspired you the most that you think about all the time?
I would probably say Purpose.
Really?
The record that I did on the TSU project, and that's because I was able to get my mom and my dad on the same record. And they, that won a Grammy.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that allowed me to leave what I was accustomed to and go back to my roots. And then I went and got my dad and my mom, because my dad is the person that taught me how to play drums.
Right.
So that was like paying homage to them in a sense.
That's so special.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, because when I was listening to it and telling my friends about it, it was like, is that his parents? And I'm like, I think it is. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that is
so I feel
special.
good about that.
What are some of the challenges you faced in the industry as a producer?
I'm gonna be honest, and it's not a flex, but I don't think I have any. Not as a producer. As an artist, that's a different.
Well, talk to me about that too, from the artist perspective.
Now that I'm transitioning and like becoming a full-fledged artist, I'm having the same problems that Kanye had. You try to put you in a box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a producer, you ain't stepping on nobody's toes. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you good. But as a producer now, they're like, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna listen to your records. What the beats?
Right, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I got you. Where the beats? I'm like, bro, I'm not calling about the beats.
I'm calling to make a song.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really the transition. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, whoever dubbed me, and y'all ain't wanna listen to my artist records. Hold on, you laughing?
I know.
Whoever dubbed me, y'all played yourself. Y'all don't know now. Later y'all gonna understand.
Listen, and you heard it here.
For sure.
I'm glad you noted that, because I think it's important to talk about being persistent, staying consistent. I know it's probably hard to transition into that. Like, what else is keeping you going through these type of times?
Man, my dreams, my what I saw for myself as a kid, right? A lot of people on January 1st, they have New Year's resolutions. I tell people all the time, my New Year's resolution is the same that I had since I was a kid. Until I can accomplish that, I ain't got no new goals.
Man, you got a lot of plaques. Yeah. Like, what type of songs then got you to the plaques that you have and all that good stuff?
Man, almost every Kodak song that I did, every Youngboy song I did, some Moneybagg Yo stuff, VH1 TV show. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed to have those accolades.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't have them. I've done a lot in this industry, so.
Okay, so now we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
And it's called 3 Things to Know. So I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna throw out like maybe a topic or a subject, and I want you to tell me 3 things that we should know about it.
Okay.
So the first one is, what are 3 things people should know about you? Something personal, maybe some hobbies, some secret talents.
Well, the first thing that they should know is I'm a real big sneakerhead. I got like 1,500 pairs of shoes.
Stop playing.
And 95% of them not even worn.
1,500?
Yeah. I'm a real big sneakerhead.
What size you wear? We wear the same size?
I wear 9.5 a man, so
no.
You might be dead.
No, I ain't got no La Cienega feet.
The second thing is, I like going to theme parks.
Theme parks?
Yeah. Not roller coasters.
I was about to say like Six Flags?
Nah,
okay.
Nah. So like Universal, you know, things like that, like stuff that I can like feel like a kid and all of that stuff. Third thing is, y'all need to understand that my teeth, it's not a grill, it's permanent. Because people always be like,
smile for me.
People like, let me see. Does it hurt? You know what I'm saying? But this is a permanent. Unless I go to the dentist.
That's crazy. When did you get those?
2019, maybe 20.
They permanent? I don't think nobody knew that.
Yeah,
why you decide to get permanent teeth?
I'm from Florida, so Florida we don't do pull-outs. If we're gonna do it, we all in. We committed all the way. That's to whatever we do.
Okay, the next question is 3 things to know. What are 3 things aspiring producers should know while they're trying to get into the industry?
Find the sound. You gotta find the sound. Don't focus on a here and now situation. You need to just focus on creating something. Get with an artist, you know what I'm saying? And y'all create something special. Don't take no for an answer. A lot of times, just because you hear no, you think that's denial. No don't mean denial. That just gotta find another way to get what you want out of it.
Yeah, it's just a delay.
Yeah, study the people before you, because nothing new under the sun. What is it? What's the saying?
There's nothing new under the sun.
Like, just study the greats, study the people before you. Like a Bible is like a roadmap to life. Documentaries is the roadmap to your success. Look at what the people before you did.
Right.
Watch interviews, you know what I'm saying? Because people are giving you, and you can't do it exactly their way, but if somebody said, hey, I touched the stove and it was hot, I'm not gonna touch the same
Hello?
exact stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And my last question is 3 things that we should know about your upcoming collabs or projects. If you want to tell us, you know.
I got some records with Michelle on her album. I'm about to drop this record called Grammy Lifestyle. And it's paying homage to Tennessee State and myself, Sir the Baptist, Prop Jenkins, Dallas Austin, everybody who had a hand in the project. I'm gonna get ready to drop that.
I said that was the last one, but I lied, sorry.
Okay.
What are 3 things that people should know that makes you happy?
The first thing is, not in any particular order, but music.
Right.
I fell in love with music before I knew what love was. I didn't know. It's just a feeling. My daughter, probably say like church. You know, that's dope. Like I get a feeling like when I hear like somebody like really preaching good, or like some gospel music that's like a vibe.
Yeah, you really feel it.
And you
for real.
feel it, like, you know what I'm
feel,
saying? So like, that makes me feel good.
That's good.
Yeah.
This is Lexx, and we just talked about it. The chat is closed for now, but I'll catch y'all in the next video. If you want to keep the conversation going, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.